The formal align tool is much more powerful than quick align, although it takes a little bit more thinking. In fact, quick align is a tiny subset of what you can do with the align tool. Let's take a look. I'll select this cone as the source object. This is the object that's going to get transformed. I'll go up to the alignment flyout and select the first button. This is the align tool. Notice that the cursor matches the icon of the button. I'll click the box as the target object, and we're presented with this dialog box. I'll move it out of the way to see what's happening on screen. And right now, it's performing a function identical to quick align, because that's how I have it set up. We have the current object and the target object. In this case, we're talking about the cone as the current object and the box as the target object. The title bar also tells you that you're aligning the selection with the box. In other words, the cone with the box. The target will always appear here in parentheses. You can perform multiple alignments with this dialog box. I'll click Apply to perform the first alignment. The cone has been transformed, and these checkboxes have been cleared. Now we're set up to do a second alignment. For example, let's say that we want to stack the cone on top of the box. We can do that by considering which direction that is. That's the z direction of world space. We're using the world coordinate system right here. You can see that here. And that's because we're using the view reference coordinate system in a perspective viewport. So I'll check Z position. That's the direction I'm interested in. Now I need to toggle these radio buttons to different values in order to get the cone on top of the box. So to do that, we will select the minimum of the current object, and we will align that with the maximum of the target object. And thus we have the cone on top of the box. I'll click OK to dismiss the dialog box. And you can observe that the cone is indeed right on top of the box. Now let's do that again. I will leave the cone selected, and I'll go back to the Align tool. And incidentally, the keyboard shortcut for that is Alt-A. I'll click on the box, and we see the dialog box appear again. Notice that it's set up exactly how I left it last time. It's even in the same position on screen as where it was before. This is really convenient. This time, let's say we want to move the cone over in this direction so that it aligns with the edge of the box. So I'm going to clear the checkbox, and I'm going to select the X position, and then I need to toggle these radio buttons to maximum and minimum. Now sometimes I don't want to think it through, and I'll just start toggling radio buttons to see what happens. Sometimes that will give you the result you want without having to analyze it. When you're aligning, consider the bounding box of the object. That's what you're really aligning. You're aligning this volume. The center refers to the center or centroid of that volume. And the pivot point is sometimes located in the center, but often is not. It's often at the bottom of the object. In this case, the pivot point of the cone is down here at the bottom of the object. I'll click OK, and our alignment is complete.